When you first receive your copy of CoolSim and run it, the first thing that will happen is that you'll be asked to put in your keys. These are, CFS stands for the CoolSim Simulation Facility, and there are two alphanumeric keys that we provide to you to operate the software. So put those keys in and then proceed. If you have any question about what your keys are, please send a note to us to support@coolsimsoftware.com and we will provide them for you. Once you have entered those codes, CoolSim will then go ahead and run. Now it may come up initially as a two-screen system like this. This is what we call split screen, so you can move the partition bar back and forth, and over here is a top view and over here is a 3D view. The system is drag and drop, so no matter what you put in, it will show up in either window. It's a nice way to look at both the height and vertical direction as well as the other, in our case, the XZ direction. CoolSim is a right-hand coordinate system. You can see the little axes down here in the lower left corner. X is to the right, Z is down, and Y is up out of the page. A little bit different than some CAD systems. So it is a right-hand coordinate system with Y being the vertical axis. The origin is in the upper left-hand corner. It's important to know that. If you put an object in at a position of 0, 0, it will show up in the left-hand coordinate. This is a fluent parameter or orientation that comes from the Fluent code that we're using. So it's not something we developed. This is because we're based on the Fluent CFD engine. Now you can leave it in this mode, or you can go up here in the upper right, you can go to single view. And in the single view mode, you're able to change the orientation anytime you want with this little pull down right here at the top. So you can run it either way. It's really up to you. The system will remember how you leave it. So once you exit the system, the application, it will store a file that remembers the configuration in which you have placed it. Also, there is a dual monitor option on CoolSim. You see it up in the upper right hand corner, and it is possible. You can see it's turned blue right now. That's because I am operating with two displays on this computer. If you want to have another window, another complete window, which I just selected, and put one of them into 3D mode and put it over on the other monitor, and have one of them in 2D mode, you can do that. So we support dual display and dual windows, and they're coherent. So as you manipulate one, of course the other one manipulates as well. So I'm going to turn that back off because I'm not going to use that right now. What I want to talk to you about is preferences. When you first start CoolSim, you have to go to Edit Options. The authentication will contain the authentication you've already put in, but I want to talk to you about units. The system defaults to SI. So you can run it in SI, you can run it in Imperial, or you can run it in Custom. Custom means you're mixing them. You're mixing the units. Now I tend to run Custom here in the United States because Americans mix their units, but if you're running internationally, SI would be the way you want to go. I'm going to go with Custom just to show you how this works, and then you're able to go ahead and put in what I typically do is put in the parameters, but in the United States they use kilowatt for cooling now, which is not an English number. I tend to use kilowatts for power. For pressure in the United States they use inches of water, but only in this market segment. Don't know why. Temperature, I operate in Fahrenheit. Time, usually minutes because it's really slow flow. Velocity, feet per minute, is popular in the United States. Volumetric flow rate, cubic feet per minute, is popular. Currency per watt hour, that's for the energy calc. Kilowatts per ton is the efficiency cost parameter. Again, an American system. That's really all you need to do here. The rest of these are, if you want to operate in beta mode, there's a few more features in beta mode that you can select. If you want your report in Chinese, you can flip that switch. The rest of it is all pretty much default. There are some exceptions. If you want a supplemental cooler, you can add this. This is an old Liebert cooler. It sits on the top of the rack. It's not used a lot anymore. So you can ignore most of the rest of this and just be all set. So now what will happen is, of course, all your units will come up in the properties that you're interested in operating in. Sometimes it takes a close and a restart to get that to happen. You can notice that one was in metric. Let's just drag in another one. So sometimes you do need to restart CoolSim to get these to take effect. Oh, no, you just have to drag in a new object. You can see there the old object was reporting in SI. The new object I dragged in is reporting in CFM. So it doesn't look like you need to restart. All right, so that's a quick overview of preferences. It doesn't take very long to set that up and run it. It will remember these preferences when you exit, so the next time you enter the software, you do not have to do this again. And that will at least get you up and running. Thank you.